the girl a-running in a group. She had a high-speed motor in a 40 Ford coupe. She had a racing cam and a supercharged. Look at Buddy, hot rod at large. She's a hot rod. She's a hot rod. She's my hot rod.
On the inside of my windshield. It just keeps coming. It builds up, and it's crazy. And it's hard to get off. I mean, it's hard to wash. Here's what it is. It's called plastic off-gassing. On hot days, sunny days, sun beating through the windshield, it hits that dashboard, the plastic and the vinyl and all that stuff, and it creates a film. It creates a gas, which goes right up on the inside of the windshield and sticks to it. Seriously. It's a gas. You can't see it. You can't smell it. But you can see it once it hits the windshield. It's a film, and it's like hazy. You'll know if you got cars coming at you in the morning and it looks funny. It looks fuzzy. That's because you have this film on the inside of the windshield, and it's called plastic off-gassing, and it's from the resin in the plastics. And that's exactly what it's from. Now, they say the best way to clean that, soap and water. Soap and water, rinse real good. If it streaks, you got to do it again because you didn't do it good enough. But you got to use soap and water, and you got to clean it. When you clean it, you got to be in the shade. You can't be in the sun. You got to be in the shade, someplace where you can, stay nice, tan and dark, and get that soap and water in there, and then rinse it and wipe it clean with a soft, dry cloth. Crazy, huh? Very crazy. Real quick story about my shop, Unlimited Service in Lansing, corner Ridge and Burnham. Little self-promotion there. We have a vehicle in there that is an example of today's newer cars. This car is not 10 years old. It's like 9 years old or 8. It's a truck. It's a big truck. I'm not going to give you the brand, but I'm going to tell you that it was just bought used. This fella hasn't put 1,000 miles on it. We didn't look at it before he bought it. We probably should have. I might have steered him away from it. But it looks so nice and clean, low mileage. It's a plow truck. So it had some brake issues when it came in, different things. But it had an engine code for the variable valve timing. Now, we've talked about this. And this is not a V6. This is a big V8. And this motor, when we took the valve covers off to put these new timing solenoids in, had not had oil changes. It was not taken care of before this gentleman bought it. That is so crucial. Today's new engines, you got to keep the oil change. You can't slack. You cannot go back and not do it. You can't let it go another 2,000 miles. It'll build up a film. It'll build up a crud. And the next thing you know, you have no lubrication. You can't do it. You have to keep the oil clean. Well, of course, the used car lot he bought it off of had a nice clean oil change on it. So when he pulled the dipstick, it looked like clean oil. Sure it was. It was brand new. But that oil had been abused up until that point. And all those thousands of miles that were on it, we got the valve cover off. There was a broken valve. A timing valve was broke. That motor is junk. That motor is no good anymore. There's a valve down in the piston hole. It's just bad. It's bad damage from no oil changes. Lack of good oil changing habits. That motor replaced in his plow truck going to be $8,000. $8,000. What in the world? That's crazy. All because the guy before him, which he had no knowledge of, never kept the oil changes on a regular basis. He let it get dirty inside his engine. He saved a few bucks on oil changes, God bless him. But guess what? In the long run, he got rid of it just in time because it was going down the chutes. That's sad. But there again, it tells you exactly what I've been preaching about oil changes. Today's cars, clean, either semi-synthetic blend or synthetic oil, and keep them clean. Change it, or you're asking for engine troubles, okay? All right, let's get back to the car world. I got to tell you some stories. That's my rant for the day. I have a little personal interest in that one, too, because he's a friend of mine. Uber is going to pay $148 million in a settlement. Woohoo. In 2016, 25 million Uber users' information it was leaked on the web. Hello. Now there's just dozens and dozens of problems and lawsuits, and there's just a load of, not just dozens, there's hundreds and hundreds of lawsuits. 25 million Uber users had their information, which is your credit card, then the expiration date and where you live and your phone number and all that got leaked. Hello? Not good. So now Uber has to pay $148 million to settle the claims from that leak. $148 million. Well, you knew it was coming. You've been listening to the news all week and for 2 weeks now. And you know how I really like Elon Musk and Tesla? Well, it turns out Mr. Musk is now out as chairman of Tesla. I think he remains the CEO, but that he does not have a hands-on operation anymore. He gave in to the Securities and Exchange Commission, and here's why. You remember when he leaked on Twitter that he was going to go private? He was going to take Tesla private. Well, it was a spoof, and they found out it was to manipulate the stock prices. Prices went up and down and went crazy when he found out he was gonna go private, which meant that somebody was going to buy all the stock. So the prices went. Guess what, Elon? You blew it. He didn't go private. I don't think he ever intended to. He may tell you he did, but I told you about this guy. Now he has resigned as chairman and pays a $20 million fine for a tweet. For one tweet, he's paying a $20 million fine to the Securities and Exchange Commission. And that may not be all. I don't know if $20 million is going to buy him out of jail. We'll see. Because I'll tell you what, Elon, buddy, you did it this time. This is not going to wash, okay? FCA Chrysler outsells Ford for the first time since 2015. And are they bragging? Oh. Well, they got rid of Sergio Marchionne. Remember, listen to that, Elon. The two guys that I was complaining about, Sergio and Elon, are both gone now. Audi's CEO, who, by the way, is in the slammer for Stinkygate, of course. You know what I'm talking about. The diesels that pollute the air and they just stink up everything. Well, this CEO, Rupert Stadler, he has resigned from the Audi board from jail. Are you listening, Elon? I know you are. I know you hate me, don't you, Elon? I'm going to tell you what. If you're listening, this guy just resigned his post from jail. Think about that, Elon. Think about it hard. Okay. I'm from the era of the 60s. I'm a child of the 50s and 60s. And so you know how I feel about this, but Vietnam, the Republic of Vietnam, has a brand new automaker. Okay? And it's showing off its very first models right now. It's called VIN. V-I-N. The company is VinFast. And it's also collaborated with Pininfarina. That's the Italian designer that gets involved with Mahindra and all the other ones. They're all in bed together. All these guys. Come on. Well, Vietnam's got this car, VinFast. They got a SUV and a sedan model. Everybody hold their breath to see if the VinFast gets off the ground. I don't care. I personally don't. And I don't know what kind of tariff we got on cars coming from Asia these days, but it should be great. Ohio-based truck maker, a company called Workhorse. I have seen some of these. I saw them at the auto show. T-Rex and I saw a couple at the auto show last year. The name is Workhorse, and I'll tell you what, they're not bad. I don't think they're very pretty, but that's not what they're made about. They're made for work. They're not made to look good. Although they don't look terrible, but I didn't think they were particularly. I mean, I definitely would only use that for work. It wouldn't be a date night car, trust me. But they're here to take on Tesla with the first electric pickup. We're going to see how this works. Because if it does, that's just another slap on Tesla, because Workhorse has actually been making trucks for a little while now. They're talking about a 200-mile range and a pickup truck that starts at $52,000, which is not huge. That's not big bucks. You look at some of these pickups out there now, they're starting at 60 and 65. Ford is going to have one, a F-350. By the end of this year, you're going to be able to buy an F-350, all aluminum with all the whistles and bells. Going to be a $100,000 pickup truck. $100,000 pickup for a work truck. Even I can't afford that. Don't want to either. Mercedes. Now this is scary. Mercedes is selling 20,000 Sprinter vans to Amazon. Why is that scary, you ask? Okay, I will tell you why that's scary. Amazon has been using our post office as their final delivery for a great portion of their goods and not services, but goods. If you order something from Amazon, you'll notice that the post office usually delivers it. And the post office gets paid for it. Because the post office in the United States is kind of going downhill. Everybody doesn't use envelopes anymore or stamps. They use email. It's cheaper. Well, so there's still flyers, and there's magazines, and there's catalogs. But Amazon was using them, and you'll notice that the post office went out and bought some bigger vans, and they started doing deliveries on Sunday. So they're counting on Amazon for income. And now it turns out that Amazon they are starting their own delivery in certain areas. I don't know where it's going to be, but they bought 20,000 Sprinters from Mercedes. Not cheap. But of course, nobody's going to hold any tag days for Amazon. Trust me. They got plenty of dough. They're not going broke by any stretch of the imagination. But I don't want to see the post office lose what has turned out to be a very good account. Very nice account. And keeping the post office alive and cooking. Because I still use the post office, trust me. I don't do everything email. And I don't pay all my bills online. That's just the way it works. If you're interested, I know I was, but I'm not. Well, I am, actually. Lexus. Lexus is now dropping side view mirrors. You'll still have something sticking out there, but every time you look at it, you're not going to see anything because it's going to be a camera, and you're going to have a screen in the middle of the dash. So if you want to see what's on the left side of the car, you look at the dash. You don't look over in the mirror. You want to know what's behind it, you look at the dash. You want to look on the left side, right side, you look at the dash. They're ditching their side view mirrors for a digital camera. Now, everybody knows that digital cameras have, what do we call those again? Glitches. I'm just wondering, for the life of me, how easy it's going to be to back up. All right, I got to tell you, Alexa, play Billy Joel. Does that sound familiar? Alexa, that's Amazon's girl. All right? Well, you got to stay tuned on this one because new Amazon software is being released for your vehicle's infotainment system, which means the software in the computer will allow you to talk to the dash and tell Alexa to play Billy Joel. Turn on the news channel. Turn on the weather channel. Alexa, play louder to drown out my mother-in-law in the back seat. I don't know. I'm just telling you. You're going to have Amazon software in your infotainment system. And why do they got to call it infotainment system? Well, because it's information and entertainment. So But you know what? I don't know. I have this phone thing in my car, and that girl sasses me all the time. Every time I tell her to call somebody, she tells me, "Are you sure?" or something like that. Or say a line number. No, I'm tired of it.